A pretty common question I get is basically questions around what editor are you using, what terminal, how did you set your terminal up that way? Basically, people want to know what development environment I'm using, and they want to know different parts of it. So in this little mini course, I thought it would be nice to just document myself setting up a brand new computer. That way, anybody who's interested can look at the parts they care about. You can skip the parts that aren't really relevant to you. If you happen to be using a Mac, it's probably more useful to look at almost everything. But if you are using like Linux or Windows or something else, a lot of this is going to be Mac specific. So unfortunately, I can't help you out there. There are a few caveats. For instance, I'm running a Hackintosh, which is basically just a Mac that's running on custom hardware. So I built my desktop from the ground up, and I specifically chose parts that would run Mac OS. And then I had to do a little bit of, finagling to get this to boot up correctly. So that'll sometimes make some things a little bit different. I think Docker is one of the ones that's sometimes a little bit weird to get to work. But hopefully as we get things set up, you'll get to see, my process going through this. So the first thing I tend to do is install Chrome. So we're going to start there, and, I'm just going to do that in this intro video because everybody knows how to install Chrome. And then from there, I'm going to start logging in, syncing things, and I'm going to reset this gist. But I wanted to show you this gist because this is where I'm going to try to keep most of this stuff up to date. It's going to sort of keep a list of all the tools I use. It's going to hopefully keep a list of some settings like my Git config or my Slate config, or down here my ZSHRC. So I'm going to try to keep a lot of these updated so that you can check them out. You can grab whichever ones you want. You can use them, do whatever you need to do. And then I have extension.json is from VS Code, I think, my editor. And I might end up doing a couple different videos showing different editors at some point, but I'm going to start with VS Code, which is what I'm using right now. I don't think that's necessarily much better than Atom, but VS Code doesn't have some of the slowdowns that Atom has with large files right now, so that's why I've been using it. So basically, if you're ever curious about one of these settings or something, this document, it's a gist on my GitHub account. I'll make it public. This is where you're going to want to go first and just make sure that all that stuff is up to date, because I can't guarantee the videos will always be up to date, whereas this I should be able to mostly keep up to date. Okay, so time to get Chrome. Just download this real quick. Okay, so I'm going to go install Chrome. I'm assuming you know how to do this, so I'm just going to go ahead and end this video here. I'm going to install Chrome, sync into it, log into it, all that stuff. I guess I can do that here. It shouldn't be an issue. And I'm looking for Chrome here. It's under Google. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign into this stuff, and then when we come back in the next video, I should at least have this synced up for the most part. I'm not doing this on video because I don't want to accidentally reveal anything that I don't want to reveal. For instance, I don't want to accidentally type my password somewhere I don't want it to be, or, I don't want to sync some random stuff that I didn't mean to. So that's what I'm going to be doing real quick.